Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with Miss Rice, where today we're going to be making a cupcake batter. Today's cupcake batter is going to be interesting in that I will be using completely gluten-free flour. Now most people feel when you are using gluten-free flour that you will not get the same flavor, you won't get the same texture, but it just depends on what kind you use. This particular mix is made out of tapioca, 1 part tapioca, 1 part cornstarch, and 1 part rice flour. So we're going to start off by putting in a total of 1 1/2 cups of flour. Unfortunately, I only have my quarter measuring cup handy. That's 4, 5, and 6. Now, one of the reasons I like using rice flour for baking, and I'm about to add in 1 cup of sugar, is simply because when you're using it, it has less likely to cause a reaction because it's not in that base flour. And it just comes out a lot, pretty much the same when you use this particular mixture. It binds the same way you would expect regular flour to for the purposes of cooking. Next, I am going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. That's the stuff in the orange box, not the little round can. And in a minute, I will get my spatula and mix all this together. So there's 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And then I will put in 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 and a full. We'll put in 1/4 salt. I promise next time we'll get a more photogenic bowl that's not all white, but it will look very different in just a minute once I add in the final ingredient, everyone's favorite, cocoa powder. You'll be adding in 1/2 cup of that. Again, I'm having some issues with my measuring cups right now, so we're just going to use 1/4 measuring cup again. 2. We'll set that aside. Now, I will be mixing this in just a moment, but first we are going to prepare the liquid off to the side. I will go and put in 3/4 cup of milk. Low fat is perfectly acceptable. And I will be putting in 1/2 cup of oil. You can already see the bubbles forming as the liquids interact with the baking soda and baking powder. And I'm just going to pour the needed, now this is a weird ingredient, guys. I am putting in 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, which will actually help because this is a very, very thick batter. In just a moment, I'll mix it. There we go. I apologize. My spatula was not clean, and I did not grab a new one. Now, something you're going to notice once I'm done mixing this is going to get very, very thick. At least a lot thicker than most batters. Well, sorry, it gets a little thicker than you expect, but it's not too thick because of the rice flour. It interacts a little differently. But you'll notice this again, almost like a fudgy brownie consistency. There we go. And I do know that there are some lumps, but it is better to have some lumps than to over mix. The only thing we have to do at this point is put it into a liner. Now, if you're making mini cupcakes, which is all the rage right now, this will make a full 4 dozen mini cupcakes. If you're making regular size cupcakes, it'll make about 12 to 13. So it's actually a pretty decent recipe when you're trying to make some different ingredients. Now, of course, I did want you to see how this comes in cane out. So if you'll give me just a moment, I have a batch of brownies I have already made, hence the dirty spatula. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, as always, oven mitts. Since it is a full cookie sheet, 2 oven mitts, always. And I will not be setting this down on the counter, since I don't want this to get damaged, but you can see delicious cupcakes. Tune in for our next video, when I will be demonstrating how to make homemade buttercream frosting. Bon appetit!